Hey guys, BlackWolf066 here with a Sims 4 speed build that I have been dying to show you. Now, the first one was Shipwreck Cove, and although that was my baby and I love it to death, this one, however, is my pride and joy. I had a ball building this one. Absolute ball. And it took me forever to build. I think it took me roughly 4 or 5 hours. So I actually did have to cut out a lot. And oh my gosh, guys, I am so excited I finally get to do the voiceover for this. And that I finally get to show you. I mean, like, I had created a backstory for this, just like Shipwreck Cove and everything, but this was my baby, my absolute baby. The only reason why it took me so long to do this one, though, I had issues because in the beginning, when I had put everything down, I made sure everything worked. Like the sim could go upstairs, it can go on the balcony and all that. And I don't know what happened. Like, because the first part that I had recorded was pretty much all outside. And that was like 10-ish, 11 months ago. This is the last build from 10-ish, 11 months ago. So that'll be the last time you hear me say 10, 11-ish months ago. But I don't know what happened because it was like everything was working 1 minute, and then as I started furnishing and I started playtesting everything, the top portion would not work. My sim refused to go upstairs. So then I had to completely scrap the whole thing, not this whole entire build, just the top portion of the house, and rebuild it, rebuild the porch, rebuild the second part of the bedroom. And I don't know what happened. But I got it fixed, so I promise you this is play tested. Everything works. And if it doesn't, please let me know what it is and I will try and figure it out. But by gosh, I am so happy. I am finally setting this free on the world. It is my baby. I love it. I love it dearly. Anyway, so the storyline that I had for this, and this is pretty much the description when the whatchamacallit, the gallery download. So basically it is, did you take a left at the forest pass when you should have gone right? Well, fear not, you've just stumbled upon swamp country. Don't worry, there are no smelly ogres here, just a lovely fairy couple who live in an overgrown moss-covered mushroom. They'll happily host you for the night and send you the right way come morning. So yeah, basically this is a mushroom house. This is a mushroom house. And now this was before the update, like the roof updates, not just the glass roofs, because that was just recent. But no, this was before the, what was it, like the octagon roof update and all that, like all the different roofs and updated tools and stuff like that. So the roof kind of did give me a little trouble just because I was trying to get it to resemble enough of a mushroom. And had I waited just 2 months to do this, I would have had one of those roofs. I'm not going back to change it. It's just not, nope, I'm just not going to do that. So yeah, a lot of the gardening I do cut out just because it's a lot. I mean, because you see me doing all of this. This is just a small sample of what I had to do. And I did that all around just to kind of cover the wall, just to kind of make it look more, I don't know, like thick, dense, like a forest. So that was basically it. I absolutely love some of like the alien, I think those weeds and those thorns and all that came from like the alien world. Even the mushrooms I think did too. But they're perfect for when you do like underwater environments because it really makes it look like it's an underwater area. I don't know about the red stuff. I just kind of added that for a little more pop color, but the rest of it, it's good for underwater settings. Absolutely. Just, oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry if I'm gushing too much. I am gonna toot my own horn at this one because I love it. It is my baby. It is my baby, so you treat it right, okay? It's my baby. Basically, anyway. Yeah, so I think what I was trying to do here, I think I was trying to make it, yeah, so like the border around the bridge, I was trying to get rid of that white, but the actual border itself wouldn't go. So I basically, what I did, I think I just stepped it up. Like I raised it to like one, like a little bit of a foundation, I think. Watch I'm lying. Because again, this has been forever since I've done this build. I know it gave me trouble at the end, so that one I will never forget, but I still love it. It was my baby, so I will forgive it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm gushing. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry, but I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It had so much in it, but I loved it. I even liked the inside because I usually I usually have this habit of staying towards like certain colors. Like I like to do a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of gray. One of the colors that I always seem to use is like blues and reds and oranges. And I've never really done any like, I don't know what you would call this, like a country or a rustic. I mean, the closest I've gotten was, what was it, Cottage Paradise or something like that? And the inside was a little more rustic and old. But this one is more like nature, like living off the grid type of or ordeal. Like what I had in mind was there was no electricity. Everything was kind of by candle. Now, granted, there really isn't any candles. I think like the wall scones and stuff like that are actual lights, but you can pretend that they're candles. And then the furnishing you don't see until part two. I did actually split this up. Basically, I had a tip from, what was her name? Hip Hip Renee. I'll link her in the description below. But she kind of gave me a tip because there was two people on Reddit that kind of said they liked my cramped living video, but they didn't like the length of it because they thought it was just a little too lengthy. And yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, 27 minutes is a long time for you guys to kind of sit through a build, especially considering I'm not Sim Supply, I'm not Deligracy. You guys aren't going to sit through this. So I did shorten this one. This is about like 17 minutes. The other one's about, no, this one's about almost 13. The other one's about 17 to 18 minutes. So, because this build in general was over 30 minutes long. So I thought that was just a little too much. And not only that, it gives my voice a break. So this is what I was talking about with the roof. I was having a difficult time. I was trying to create that what's the hexagon? No, it's not hexagon. Is it a hexagon? Octagon? Oh my gosh, I don't know my shapes anymore, guys. Oh boy. But yeah, I was trying to do that and it just didn't work, and so I ended up doing this. And it kind of worked out in the end. It kind of made it look more mushroomy. It gave it more of a blocky mushroomy, kind of like Minecraft a little bit, but still, in the end it looked like a mushroom. That was all I was looking for. And I do kind of cover the mushroom in grass to kind of, that's why I said it's overgrown moss covered mushroom. So you'll see that soon enough too, I think, or do I do that in the second part? Oh gosh, I should probably watch these videos before I start doing voiceover. Oh. But oh my gosh, I'm excited. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope you guys love it too, because I had a ball creating this one. I mean, I didn't want to stop. This first part, I had to stop because I had to go somewhere with my mother and my brother. So I couldn't stay and finish it, and that made me so sad. So then I stopped everything. I had saved, I had shut down, I had left, and then I came back later that night and just I hopped right back on and I finished it. And this was one of those builds that I was excited to just keep going because I don't do that often. Like sometimes if it's too long, I will stop and I won't get back to it for another couple of days. Kind of like this new build that I have going on that I'm again also excited to show you because it's based off of my favorite childhood game. But yeah, like that one, that took me about 2 weeks to try and finish. I have like 10 plus hours clocked in on that one, but that's also because of the build lag at the moment. So that's probably an issue. But this one, oh man. I'm sorry if I'm tooting my own horn too much here. I don't do that often, but this one I'm going to because I was just so proud with how this turned out. Oh, I was just so proud. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a lot of landscaping, but that's why I figured part one could be just all outside. And then part two, you're going to see inside. Now, part two did take me a little bit longer because I was playtesting a lot. So basically, I was cutting a lot of that out, and then I had to change things around, and I was trying to like overcrowd the place and make more space. No, maybe not more space. Oh yeah, I do cover the outside in this. Okay, good. Because I was like, oh, that may have been in the second one, but I didn't remember. But I was trying to like make the house lived in, homey, but also earthy. But I was trying to make it kind of like not exactly a hoarder's home, but I guess lived in, like a home. So the downstairs is very crowded, very, I don't know, very like close knit and homely, whereas the upstairs is more, I don't know. I always have this issue where like adults' bedrooms, I make them not as cluttered. Downstairs is very cluttered and homely, whereas the upstairs is very like clean. I guess I could say it's clean. All right, so the screenshots should be coming up soon. Oh my gosh, guys. I loved it. I love this build. So basically what I did here, I did this all around as well as the inside, but I do cut out a little bit of that for you guys. So don't worry. Anyway, thanks. This is it for part one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!